they tell you to jump off the cliff, you say, hang on, okay, do I trust him here? Is he, is he in his senses, or is he just, what is he doing? You don't question them, absolute submission, you just jump off. The Imam said to Hazrat Harun al-Makki said, jump in the the tandoor, or the fire that was made for making bread. So you opened up and jumped and closed the lid. Total submission. The Quran is saying you don't have that total submission for your parents because they're not masoom. If their submission, submission to your parents contradicts with the submission to Allah, the Holy Prophet, or the Imam, then fala tutihima, then their submission to them goes out of the question. Okay? So don't obey them. The Holy Prophet said pray, and your parents say don't pray. For example, you come, usually the parents, the mothers usually do it. You come and say, oh son, you look very tired, you don't have to do the fast tomorrow. The Almighty Allah, who loves you more than your mother, said it is wajib, and the mother says don't do the fast tomorrow. So you don't obey them in that and make them sinful as well. That's where you don't obey them. Okay? Not in personal understanding. I can give you many more examples, but I don't want to go too much into it.
Well, there should be mature youth.
Assalamu alaikum. My question is not related to the topic you have today, but I would still like to ask you if you could explain us if any student who just study religion in any madrasa or Syria, wherever, has not studied, let's say, Kharij at all, is he going to be still qualified alim?
That's a good question. Okay. I'll give you a little bit background to the Hausa and the different levels of study so you'll understand the question. Usually in the traditional Hausas, they will have 3 levels. Muqaddamat, the preliminaries, then they will have Sutuh, and then they will have Kharij. Each one of them takes a number of years, set of years. It will take about 4 years to complete your, the basic studies. And at that point, you just basically qualify as an alim. 4 or 5 years of studies. Sometimes that same 4 or 5 year course in Pakistan and India, it may take 8 years. But usually, it is geared for 5 years, basically. But in many of the houses, they will say, okay, you'll not take any holidays, summer holidays, Muharram holidays, you'll only have Ashura off, for example, only Eids off, just one day off, not 10 days off, the whole month of Ramadan off, 2 months of summer. No, you'll not get the holidays. And if you concentrate on just your studies, then you will probably do 4 years or something like that, okay, 3-4 years. So that's basic, that's called Muqaddamat, and you qualify as an alim after 5 years, that 5 year course. And after that, you have another 4 years, sometimes 5 years for Sutuh, where you do Risal, Maqasid, all of those high level studies, where you specialize. And then you come to the level where you start attending Dars Kharij. Dars Kharij is basically called Dars Kharij when you're out of the books, like research study. You don't follow a textbook. The lecturer comes and gives a lecture, and he's going to give his own research, and you make notes and refer to the books that he's mentioned of Hadith and IJTIHAD. That's called Dars Kharij. That's when you are doing a PhD, for example, in the Western world. And you do your own research to become a mujtahid. You start following. You may become a mujtahid in just one issue. You have your own view in one issue. 2, 10, 20, depending on how many years you attend. It may be that you've attended for a number of years and you've become a mujtahid in a chapter. For example, in the chapter of Khums, in the chapter of fasting, in the chapter of Kitab al-Nikah. In just one chapter, after 2-3 years, you become a mujtahid in that chapter. Okay? So that's called Dars Kharij. You still qualify as an alim, but you're not on a high caliber. After many years of studying Dars Kharij, you come to a level where you can derive a ruling in all the different chapters. That's when you become a mujtahid mutlaq, an absolute mujtahid. And that's not easy. To become an absolute mujtahid is very difficult. Okay? And you have to do years of studying Dars Kharij to become that.
And my second question is, as you said, some mujtahideen say go for shorter prayer, others say go for full prayers. Is that something you are talking about when somebody is traveling?
Yes. When you're traveling, you have a choice. In Makkah and Medina, even if you don't stay there for 10 days, you have a choice of doing full or shorter. But in other places, if you're not staying there for 10 days, you don't have a choice. You have to do shortened prayers. You have to do qasr if you're not staying there for 10 days. Okay? I'll give you one hadith, everyone. Imam Raza, He had two people come and visit him. Where? In Khurasan, when Mamun had moved him to Khurasan. Mamun al-Rashid, La'natullahi alayhi, the one who killed him. He's the person who poisoned him. So two people came to visit him, both are his Shias. Well, they both claim to be Shias. So they say, Maula, we both came from the same town in south of Iran, and we are both staying for the number of days. What about our prayers? Are they shortened or are they full? So the Imam said to one of them, he said, your prayers are shortened and yours are full. So the one who the Imam said, your prayers are full, he said, how come? We both came from the same place, we're staying for the number of days, we've both come together. Why his prayers are shortened and mine are full? He said, because he came to see me and you came to see Ma'mun. And you're only visiting me because I happen to be here. Because you came for something haram, to see Ma'mun, he's an oppressor, he's a zalim. To see a zalim is haram. And if you're traveling for something haram, then you don't get the choice of shortened prayers, you have to do full. So your traveling was haram and his was permissible. He came to visit me, his is permissible and he has shortened prayers. He has qasr and you have to do full because your traveling was haram. Did you all understand that? Yeah. Inshallah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, last time I've got two questions for you. My first question is regarding Taqleed. If I've done my Taqleed, let's say, to Ayatollah Khamenei, and my family and the community around me, our Imam Baga, they've done the Taqleed to Ayatollah Sistani. Around, let's say, Ramadan, we've had this, as you've noticed, on a couple of occasions now, Eid, let's say, Ayatollah Khamenei does his Eid on the Tuesday, whereas Sistani then does it on the Wednesday. What do I do if my family have all done Taqleed to Sistani? Do I also keep a fast that day? Do I do Eid? Or...
You cannot follow your family on that. Sistani has been continuously been asked this issue and they said, look, the families are being divided on this issue. Right. And a father, for example, being a Muqallid of Ayatollah Khamenei, he still remains in the Taqleed of Ayatollah Khamenei and he's done it a day earlier. Yeah. And the son cries at my father and he said, okay, you're telling me that a child is crying, so to me, that's how I understand it. To me, all the fuqaha say this, it is haram to fast on Eid day. It is haram to fast on Eid day, and if it is the month of Ramadan, it is wajib to fast. So he's saying that you're telling me that because the son is crying, so I should say, okay, you can do a haram, you can leave your fast and celebrate Eid. He says, well, that's how I've understood it. It is wajib upon a mujtahid to declare what his view is, what he has understood the Sharia to be. We have very limited ahadith on this topic. Okay? So the fuqaha, the information they have differences of opinion on it. The ulama are trying to solve it. What they're trying to do is they're trying to say that if a person says, okay, I'll not give a view on it, I'll not give a fatwa on what day the Eid is. So if the ulama themselves decide, and okay, based on most of the mujtahideen, they've said it on this day and we'll announce it on this day. And that way that you will not, I think what happens is it's a middle order that destroys, that gives their personal views on when the Eid is and when the month of Ramadan is. That's where the differences come and they try and not unite the people and it becomes what it becomes. If you do know that your mujtahid has given a fatwa on a particular day, you cannot follow your family on that.
So just do either line then?
Well, this is a difficult thing. Now, what happens is, the system of ijtihad is the best system in the absence of the imam. It doesn't replace the need of the imam. And that's why the fuqaha say even we pray for the coming of the 12th imam. One of the conditions of ijtihad is that they should be adil, they should be just. Not because I'm the odd one out, I have a different fatwa than all the other people. So I should just change it and make it a fatwa with the others. Then he's not adil. He has to give the fatwa that he thinks is correct. He cannot say, oh, because others I'm the odd one out, so I should just change it because of the others. No, I have to give the fatwa that I think is correct. A mujtahid cannot do taqleed. It is haram upon him to follow another person. He has to give his fatwa based on his own understanding of the Sharia.